Hello, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that film, Rubbish is Rubbish. It was all about our campaign that we ran a little while ago involving primary school children and trying to keep our parks clean. Now, I want to share the screen with you and show you a couple of other elements of our campaign, which is on here. So if I go to slideshow, here we go. This is our logo, Plastic-Free Eastbourne. It's run by Surfers Against Sewage, which is a charity based in Cornwall, and they organise plastic-free communities around the whole country. And this was awarded in December 2019, about a year ago. So this is the first campaign I want to talk about. It's called Adopt a Beach. And this is a map of our beach. It's 9 kilometres long altogether. It's in 2 sections. It's overlapped here. And it goes from number 1 to 94 groins. And the groins are the walls, wooden walls between the beaches. And they divide the beaches up into these little separate sections so that it's easy for us, because they're all numbered. There are numbers on the groins. You can identify, say, 13 to 14, and you can adopt it. And that idea means that you will care for its well-being. So you will go and clean it and look after it. And you can't say to people, you can't come on our beach because it won't be yours, and nor can the council charge you for doing it because it's purely voluntary. And of the 93 beaches we've got, there are only 4 left to be adopted. They're orphans, we're calling them, and they will be. I mean, by the time this presentation is going to be seen, you might well find that they've all been adopted. So that's encouraging hundreds of volunteers to take part in our campaign in a very successful manner. So if you want to join in this, if you want your school, for example, to come and take part, you get in touch with our organisation, Plastic-Free Eastbourne at gmail.com, and we will share a registration with you. This is the second campaign. It's called the Spring Water Festival. This is a map, and it's to take place next year in May, the 14th to 21st of May, in fact. I drew this map. This is the coastline around our town. There's Sovereign Harbour, there's Burling Gap, and this is Eastbourne here. And this is the roads around East Dean, just to show you the location. These little blobs here are enlarged there. It's called refill. And the idea is you have a bottle and you want to fill it up with fresh water. So you find out where these places are. You can use a refill app on your smartphone, and it will tell you where you are and where your nearest refill station is. There are about 50 of them in Eastbourne. And this festival is to celebrate the string of refill stations we've got all the way along our coastline. Some are in place, and some have got to be still established, set up. But this one here, we put up a little while ago, and this one on the pier, put up at the same time. So the idea for this festival is that you will walk either from Burling Gap or from Sovereign Harbour and walk all the way along it. It's quite a long way. And you can do it in sections, or you can just do bits if you want. And you take photographs of the refill stations and share them. And there's lots of other things that are going to be taking place as well during this week. So we're planning it at the moment. There's lots of things being planned. So watch this space is the next thing to say for that. So this is the next thing I want to show you. The 1995 challenges that we're trying to meet. Now, when I did this campaign start, I didn't even know about these challenges, but here they are. See if they overlap with some of our campaign. Bring their own bags. Well, I think many people do bring their own bags. Make it easier to recycle all plastic and to encourage manufacturers to cut down on unnecessary packaging. They're trying to work on it, but they're too slow. We've got to encourage them to make bigger changes. Educate people to make recycling appeal to children through cartoons and advertising. I think perhaps the Parks Clean signboards are helping here because they are educating people, and they are quite fun pictures by the children, by you. Having separate bins in the home provided by governments, more recycling facilities in public places is coming, but still quite a long way to go. Education, information on packaging, advising disposal, that needs a lot of work. We are doing education, we are educating, but there's a lot more to do. Being environmentally friendly in every possible way. Ooh, that's a tough target, a tough challenge. We're going there. We're making our progress. Promote environmentally friendly alternative technology like geothermal power. Well, there's also wind power now, which is becoming quite popular. And there's also hydrogen power, which is going to become even more popular over time. Watch this space on that one. And then last of all, supply most primary and middle schools around the country with bins for recycling paper, etc. Well, we've got bins. Different schools are developing that challenge, but we've got to know how to use them. And we've got to know that the council and the recycling companies are going to use the bins in the proper manner too. So there's a bit of joined up thinking to be done in that challenge. So I've just picked out a few of the challenges I thought were pertinent to what we're talking about. I want to finish now just by showing you this image. So you love balloons. Well, Christmas just round the corner and other celebrations I suppose you might have in mind. They're not actually balloons that you can see there. They're paper balls that get folded out or pulled out, and they're a good alternative. Balloons are extremely bad for the environment. It doesn't even matter if you have got what they call rubber balloons, because even the rubber balloons have had to be plasticized. So they've had plastic added to them. There's the coloring on them as well, which is made from oil-based paints. And there's the string hanging on the end, which is made of plastic too. Normally, it's not made of it's made of man-made fibers. So altogether, these are not good. They are killing animals. Animals swallow them, thinking they're food. Turtles, for example. They get the strings and the bits get entangled around legs of creatures and necks, and they last forever. You might as well say forever, because hundreds of years anyway. So altogether, I would like you to pledge yourself individually, your family, wherever you are, let's say it's your school, to never use balloons in celebration. Always use alternatives. There are plenty of alternatives. There's one, but there's plenty of other alternatives that you can find on the, if you go Ecosia, use Ecosia as your search engine and find alternatives to balloons. Well, thank you very much for listening. I've stopped now.